Now we talk. Hey everyone, David DeHaas here at Living Waters, and I promised you that we're going to share my dad's story. This is my dad, Don. So he's here today. He's actually doing his
seventh
10-day cleanse. So my dad has got a pretty cool story. So we're going to start back in the beginning. Not the very beginning, but we'll start back when he's had cancer from time to time. But anyway, back in about 2008, he got diagnosed. So we're going to begin there.
We can do that.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a Christmas present in 2008, and
that's quite a present. Was it gift wrapped? Was there stork bringing, or I mean?
No, it was a Stark.
Stark. Reminder, take care of yourself.
It was a Stark deal of what was coming. You know, when you get cancer, you know, your mind goes blank. I got cancer. So you go to a cancer doctor and you got any questions? Well, your mind is still blank because it shocks you so much. But anyway, we went to a urologist in Lewiston.
Now, what was the first sign to even go there? Why did you decide to go to the urologist? What brought that about?
Because I'd been tired for the past 6 months, and I talked to different people with it, and I think I even went to a doctor, and he finally said, well, maybe you should get your PSA checked. So
you got checked.
I got it checked, and it was around 15, which is quite high. So we go down there and see him, and we set up an appointment, and he sees us, and he said, well, we'll have to do a biopsy. So we wait a week and go back, and we do a biopsy. Then we wait another week and get the results. Yep, you got cancer. And so he said, well, from here you have to go see oncologist. And we said, well, when will we see him? And well, that's 3 weeks out. So, all right, we set up an appointment, and we went out the door, and my wife says, we're headed for Boise. We get in the car, and she gets on the phone, and her son is headed for the airport.
That's me.
And we wanted to know who we could go to see about cancer. And so Dave knew a guy that had just had radiation done at Idaho Cancer Center. And so we got his phone number, called him, came down, and when we finally started, before we started radiation, my PSA was 36.
So in just a month's time, it went from 13 to 36.
Yep, it was fast-growing cancer, but at the same time, we had started doing a cleanse here at Living Waters.
So let's go back. So now we're deep into January. We're late January, and I said, why don't you cleanse? And the cancer doctor here.
The cancer doctor here was,
So he gave you the option of doing what? That's when you decided to do just spot radiation, right?
It just radiation, yes. And he said, we will be able to control this, but when we get done, which was 44 days, you will be probably a 6 or a 7. And he says that it'll be manageable for a while.
Okay, so back up. So you're at 36. He says we can get it down to 6 or 7.
Right.
It will be manageable for a while.
Yes.
What's a while mean?
Well, probably not over 3 years.
Not over 3 years. Okay, so basically says, and then he said, when it comes back, right? Is that what he said?
Yep, when it comes back.
Not if,
but
not maybe. Hopefully it won't. None of those words.
None of those.
Guaranteed it's coming back.
When it will come back. It will. So.
And your thoughts then were? All right. So PSAs went from 13 to 36. You see the doctor, and he says, by the way, folks, if you're on Facebook Live, you're seeing this, please do share this. Because people need to hear this information. This is a pretty cool story. Once my dad, and it's been over 8 years now, almost 9 years.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 9 years. Okay, so we went from 36. Now you had a Gleason number.
My Gleason number is your...
Both sides of the prostate, right?
Yeah, both sides of the prostate. And one was a 9, the other was a 6. And when you're a 10, it's in the bone.
And that's it.
That you got it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not manageable or anything else.
Okay, so your number's about as high as you can get.
Yes.
You're told.
In fact, the cancer doctor went like this.
All right, so he wasn't real excited about your long-term
Right.
viability on Earth.
Right.
And at that time, you are 80 or 75?
Must have been 73 or...
Mom's
Mom's
nodding 75.
I've probably been 70.
Math is not a science, but if you subtract 9 years, I'm coming up about 75.
All right. That's probably pretty close.
Give or take one standard deviation, maybe. All right. So we're late January. I'm diagnosed in December. You come down here because things are moving kind of slow up there. And on the same day you started just spot radiation, you started doing what?
We started 10-day cleanse.
Okay, 10-day cleanse here at Living Waters.
Right.
All right. And so you start through that, and then you're doing radiation every day?
Every 5 days a week. And then while we was here doing 10-day, we had to stay, but after we got done with the 10-day, then we'd go home every weekend.
Okay.
We'd work it so that on a Friday we'd get in early for radiation.
All right.
And Monday we'd get in late for radiation.
So partway through this process, the cancer doctor looks at you, and you remember what he said about, because he knows you're cleansing, right? He's fully aware.
All right.
You're juicing, you're taking supplements,
Yep.
taking vitamins, minerals, you're doing colonics, you're doing far infrared sauna, you're doing the far infrared biomat.
Yep.
You've got a sauna at home in addition to the one here.
Right.
We're doing the pulse frequency machine, right? The on-the-bed machine.
Yep. Yep.
So we're doing that. We're killing parasites. You're taking herbs, parasite tincture. You're taking chlorella. What else you doing? You're doing a lot of stuff. So you're doing all that, the whole package, right?
Yeah.
And what's he say to you?
He says you're looking real good.
Didn't he ask you at some point, do you want to just do your own thing?
I don't remember that. But
Oh.
I know at the end of the the end of the radiation.
So what were your numbers at by then?
At the end of the radiation, it shocked him because there's 0.34.
Wow, 0.34. So you go from 36, you're told that maybe you'll get it down to 6 or 7.
Right.
Best case.
Yeah.
It's going to come back.
Yeah.
All right. And it's going to come back.
That was a
Definite guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happens. Person of your situation. And now you're 0.0345. What does he say then?
You were just kind of in shock. He couldn't believe it. And we just was to him last week, and he was looking at that and just shook his head, and he says, and it's still 0.034.
So after 8 years, almost 9 years actually, we're coming up on 9 years, you're down at 0.034. So you're still where you were when you came out doing the cleansing and did spot radiation.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't ever seen that.
No. He just sits there and shakes his head.
Shakes his head.
It did went up. It did get up to 0.037.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Big movement. 300s, 400s. So now, the full disclosure though, you haven't just done 1 10-day back then. You've kept coming back.
Right.
About how often have you been coming back?
I've come back for 7. This is my 7th.
This is your 7th 10-day.
Yeah.
So about every 18 months.
Yeah.
And you're doing a liver cleanse, you're doing everything.
Yep.
10 straight days.
9 yards.
And you're still taking vitamins and minerals.
Yep.
And
Yep.
do I harass you on taking anything else from time to time?
From time to time, my son tells me to do this and do that.
And shockingly, you listen.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah. Probably not as good as I listened to you when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting story. Now we got one other feature here. This is the bonus session. Hey, thanks for joining, everyone. Hey, there's more information on our website, livingwaterscleanse.com, but please do share this. Get the information out there that, cleansing the body, detoxification, getting out. Now, let's back up. Speaking of detoxification, okay, let's just think about what caused this. Let's go back into your history, because my dad was is still a very famous, he's still here, obviously. John Deere mechanic in central Idaho, and so you have a few toxins in your day.
Yes, our old shop was, but let's go back beyond that.
Okay.
Up to the ranch.
Okay.
And we used to we used to dust for weevil. And we had a duster that we pulled behind the tractor. And in the good old days, you bought Rohypnol in, I think it's 50-gallon bags. And this duster had a tank on it. And you put this Rohypnol in there, which was DDT. And then you went around, most of the time you just had to go around the outside of the fields, because that's where the weevil were, in the spring peas or the fall peas. Yes, and you had to do that when they were, right after they got in the pot. So anyway, and us kids, we would even go underneath, it had a canvas on it. You had to have a canvas to keep this dust, so the dust would get into the peas. And us kids would fool around underneath that.
So you're getting dusted.
Yeah, we were getting dusted with DDT. So you go from that, and then I go to work at Brown Motors, and you're in solvent.
You didn't glove up and put gloves on when you did solvent, clean the parts off?
We didn't.
They didn't. I didn't either. So I guess you could say you're probably weevil free, though.
Yeah,
back in
should
those
be.
days.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of and that was the standard back then. No one even knew that DDT was bad.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's banned.
Yeah.
From the United States. So then 50 years of mechanicing, solvents.
Yeah. Smoke. Yeah.
Lot of toxicity.
A lot of talk.
A lot of heavy metals.
Yeah.
Not only that, but what'd you have in your teeth?
I had mercury in my teeth.
Mercury in your teeth. So
we got rid of those.
We did that in 2004 or 5, didn't we? I think you did that.
I thought that was later, but
no, you did it right after.
Earlier. But.
No, we did it in 04. You did it in 05.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the heavy metals out of his teeth at least, but of course, detoxifying the body, cleaning the colon, cleaning the liver, very important to do that as a process. And so, on the 10-day cleanse, if you go to the webinar on livingwaterscleanse.com, you'll see more information about that. Watch the hour and 8-minute webinar. We go into great detail about how we got to clean up the blood, clean the colon so you can absorb the vitamins and minerals. Otherwise, vitamins and minerals aren't getting absorbed as well. So we did all that. So let's back up. In 1990, I think 7 or 8.
97.
1997, he found out he had a tumor. Want to tell us about that?
I had a colostotomia in my left ear. Found that out right after the Caldwell Rodeo.
Remember those events, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
watched the guy get killed there.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, we don't need to go there. So, so you went to the doctor, and eventually they said you had a big tumor behind his left ear. Pulled that out. Then what happened?
I had it out.
Well, you took it out, but it wasn't. It's supposed to be an in and out surgery, and you were in the hospital for what, a week?
When we went in there, it was supposed to be outpatient surgery. And so we went into the hospital and put me on the table at 12:30. And I woke up in a bed at 8 o'clock, and I looked around, and my whole family's there. And I said, well, it must not have went quite like they thought it was going to.
So interesting about this time, my dad's face is kind of twisted, kind of looked like a Bell's Palsy effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
In fact, for a while, that's what they said it was.
that's what they said it was. So mixed diagnosis, pull it out, big tumor. Now when they did that, they cut the nerves.
Right. Well, the nerves were cut with when the tumor actually took care of the nerve.
Okay, so now your face is drooping pretty significantly. You can tell still today a little bit.
Yeah, I still have a little droop on my face.
But for 15 years you couldn't.
15 years was a huge difference because I couldn't close my left eye, and at night if I wanted to sleep, I had to take my finger and close it. Sometimes I'd wake up and my eye was open. Do it all over.
How about your eating?
When this first happened, a piece of bread, I had to fold it and shove it into my mouth because things were twisted so bad. And half my tongue was numb. It didn't have no feeling at that time. It does today.
So that was 1997.
Right.
And I believe it was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think we're 2010. 2010, you're in here in the spring doing another 10-day cleanse. I think it was your fourth liver cleanse at least. And you remember what happened then?
Yeah, I winked with my right eye, or
No.
left eye, excuse me. Which earlier, there's no way I could do that.
So he walked to the front door, and here's my version of it. He says, "Hey, look at this." And he winked. And I said, "Do it again." Because for years, like he said, he had to close his eye, and he'd have to pull it shut at night. And that was pretty shocking. No doctor ever said, "Hey, those nerves are going to heal."
No.
I mean, 'cause the nerves got to rewire, right, for this to all happen, guys. This is a big deal. So for the body to heal, again, you were taking all the nutrition and everything and cleansing and cleansing and cleansing. And it's literally at that fourth liver cleanse, which I think was big, 2 days after that is like, bam. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I still think it's pretty amazing. I saw the pictures the other day. We'll have to, when I put this on the YouTube channel, we'll have to put a picture of 1997 and show you the difference. Pretty amazing difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference. And when this happened, it also took the hair off of my left eyebrow. And I've got hair back on my left eyebrow today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Be able to start growing hair again. So Dad's pretty young yet. Are you on any medications?
No.
Nope. No medications.
No.
You just take a bunch of supplements, take a bunch of vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
You still juicing?
Yep.
You promise? You swear on a stack of Bibles?
Sure.
Okay. Now you're on media here.
I know.
Okay. This is like, you heard it here, guys. He's taking my. I might have to go audit him just to make sure. So anyway, he's taking his vitamins. He's cleansing. He's back the 7th time. No medications. You want to tell people how young you are?
84 young.
84 young. No medications. Is there anything you can't do that you used to be able to do?
I can't lift 100 pounds like I used to.
So it's a little hard to lift 100 pounds.
Pisses me off.
Can you still pull your toolbox into the truck?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's more than 100 pounds, dude.
Well, yeah, it is.
But it's not as easy as what you're saying.
No, it don't quite slide in there.
It doesn't like, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't lift it, and he can lift the doggone thing. Anyway,
Well, it's probably only 500 pounds.
only 500 pounds. So he still lift a 500-pound toolbox into this truck, and he's 84 years old, and yeah. All right, so anything else you want to tell people who are watching this?
People, if you feel like you're tired and you want to get your life back, come here and see Dave at Living Waters.
All right. Hey, you guys have a blessed day. Please do share it. livingwaterscleanse.com for more information. We've got a great webinar that we put together. It talks about everything we do, the 35-step process at bit.ly/heal thyself naturally. Heal thyself naturally. bit.ly/heal thyself naturally. You guys have a blessed day. Hey, thanks for coming in and telling the story.
Hey, glad to do it.
We told it twice today.
Been good to see you.
Yeah.